Hello there and welcome to another session proudly brought to you by Yangi in conjunction with Yali Abian Network. Today we have a topic to talk on, and that's how the youths or the young persons can be more involved in social impact and innovation. I'm going to be doing this with a very important person in the studio today, a 10th member of Nigerian Electoral College, former DG campaign manager of the John Abraham Godson campaign organization. He was also the main and the chief facilitator of Get Your PVC campaign in 2021-2022. Of course, he has been very influential when we talk about leadership in Abia State. He is none other person than Mr. Kelechi Imo. A delightful honor to have him join us today in our show. Mr. Kelechi Imo, you're welcome to today's show.
It's good to see you, Paul.
Is it good to see me?
Yeah, it's good to see you.
I was going to say that. I think you took the word from me. Very nice to see you. And it's a very big honor to have you join us today in our show.
My pleasure.
Okay, Mr. Kelechi Imo. So the topic is more or less the question: how can young people be more impactful when it comes to social impact and social innovation?
Good question, Paul. Thank you for that. For me, I think the first point of call is that young people should make themselves available for that. And how can you actually make yourself available? Is by first getting the required skills that will make you more relevant.
Can you just give us some few skills that youth can leverage?
For example, Yangi. We're in Yangi. Yangi is a practical example of what youths can do in order to be more relevant in the society. This is quite a beautiful thing Yangi is doing, giving young people a voice, not just young people, everyone a voice, to actually discuss on issues that affect them directly and indirectly. So young people can actually make themselves available by at least going to the right schools to get the required skills, getting involved in volunteer opportunities. Like my very self, I've been in all manner of volunteerism. We just give a little bit of my CV. Getting involved, okay, making yourself available for work. You don't necessarily need to get paid for you to actually
be impactful.
Exactly. So the ones you can actually get yourself involved, make yourself available, because at the end of the day, you are doing yourself a favor and of course doing the larger society a greater favor.
Thank you for that wonderful response. I mean, I've learned from that actually, and it's obvious, and that's true, especially the part where you mentioned volunteering. Volunteering can be seen as a
major core in any
core.
youth development.
Yes.
You need to learn to volunteer for work. Volunteerism has a way of skyrocketing an individual to heights that you don't even expect yourself to be. I have been a very wonderful beneficiary of volunteerism.
I know your stripes.
So I know what it can do in the life of any young person who wants to really make impact in our society. Come on. If you are not involved in a particular thing, you wouldn't know how those things work.
How they came to be.
Of course. Like, for example, I played a kind of politics the last time, and I volunteered. I made myself available. I wanted things to be done differently. I was tired of complaining.
I think that was why you spearheaded the Get Your PVC campaign.
Exactly.
So that was brilliant, actually.
No, of course, we just have to get involved. We have to get involved because this country or the state cannot change if we do not make ourselves available for the change. The enjoyment or the suffering, however you look at it, that we are having today, some people laid the foundation. And if you feel that the foundation of which some of these things are thriving on is faulty, it is left for you to take up the challenge of changing that faulty foundation. And how do you do this? It's by acquiring the good education, it's by getting yourself skilled up, it's by reading, it's by volunteering. There are quite a number of things you can do, which I said that Yangi is doing a good job. This is part of service to society. Okay, if we have 3 or 4 Yangi in Abia, for example, of course, young people will keep having a voice to speak out and contribute their own little quota to the society. In fact, this is what I call doing the little things that matter, because these very little things, you don't really need money to get things working. You just need your time. You just need to be passionate about it, and very important, you have to be passionate. Because
Passion.
without passion, you can't actually do a lot.
There will be no drive.
There will be no drive, because if the passion is not there, you may not really get encouraged to do some of these things. So first and foremost, you must be passionate. You must ask yourself the question, what do I really want for myself? Because if you can be able to ask yourself what you want for yourself, then you now gradually take up steps to actually actualizing some of these your goals. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, well, I didn't expect less from you. Thank you so very much. Abia youths would consider themselves very lucky today to have you on our show. So, taking Abia State as a case study, do you think Abia State, of course, we're in Abia State today, and as an Abia born, as an active Abia State youth, do you think Abia State can be a frontier for for social impact, innovation in Nigeria at large?
Yes, we are. Abia, one thing you cannot take away from Abia, we Abians, is that we are quite enterprising and we are very innovative. Okay? Yes, we are already there. Believe you me, we're already there. We're already breaking the market. Okay? We're already innovating. Go to Aba, for example. You see what our young men and women are doing. Okay? What they just need is a platform to showcase their many talents. Okay, this is why most of us were at the forefront of ensuring that we have good leadership. I'm not ashamed at all for the positions I took in the last political dispensation, because I was just tired. Okay, now some of these positions we took was as a result that we wanted a change in the environment. We wanted things to work differently. Because come on, Paul, a lot of young people are creative.
A lot of them.
A lot of young Abians are creative. Yeah. What they lack is just the environment. Sometimes the finance. They can have the skills, but they don't have the finance. For example, I can estimate how much Yangi must have put into a set up this very beautiful place. So, Abia can be where the youths want. Abia can be where
the frontier of social impact.
If we have the right leadership in place,
the right leadership,
because take it or leave it, the political leadership determines a whole lot that happens. Okay, if we have, for example, in Abia, if we have a nightlife, a lot of businesses thrive in the night. There is a particular state I don't want to mention that there are markets that open in the night.
Can you give us some few kind of markets that thrive very well at night?
No, on a very serious note, there are markets they consider that people come back to work late.
Okay.
So they don't have time to go to the market in the day to pick some food stuff or whatever. So the only time they have is in the night. So those markets are open for such kind of people. And it happens in Nigeria.
So I want to believe that having the night market gives this ambience.
Yes, it gives it makes. Of course, it's economically viable. Because you have customers in the day who have the time to come and buy stuff in the day.
Night,
You also have customers in the night. And you might decide to, okay, today I'm not going to open in the day, I'm going to open in the night. Okay, you can use the day and do some other thing. So my point is, Abians want a lot of options.
Okay.
Give them that option. The one they now feel that they are more comfortable with. They suit in. So this is what our young people want. And I have no doubt, bro, I can tell you that at the cost of volunteering for INEC during the PVC registration processes, I got to meet a lot of young people who keyed into the idea. A lot of media houses supported me. Okay, when we were championing, it was IoT and Chidoski. When we are at the forefront of this, okay, a lot of people, we got support because I said, this thing could happen, this thing can happen. A lot of people supported us because they believe that this is something that they have been expecting for a long time and it has happened in that. So a lot of people are doing stuff. Just give them the right opportunity. Even if the ideas don't come, when the opportunities present themselves, the ideas will start coming. That's exactly
I agree. Yeah, I take this one. Give them the enabling environment and it thrive. So, in a nutshell, Abia State can actually be a frontier to
Yes, of
social
course.
impact.
Of course.
Yeah, because
We have all it takes.
Yes,
we have all
yes,
it takes.
yeah.
We have we are in a moment for a new Abia. Okay,
yeah.
we are just coming up. Okay? Birthing.
Yes.
Okay, so. With what I know, which I may not really want to share publicly, I know that what is coming will be something that will be accepted by all.
Congratulations, Abia State. I can say that already. Thank you so much for that shedding light to that particular question, because a lot of youth have had this as a challenge. They do not know how to express their talents or their gifts or their voice, and it looks as though the environment has created a subterfuge. And looking at what you said now, we believe that Abia State can actually be a frontier to social impact and innovation. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. So, as an emerging Abia youth, that is doing well.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, we know you're doing well, because when we look at your CV, it's just inexhaustive. It's inexhaustive, yeah. And one that really piqued my interest was you being the third cohort.
I find it difficult accepting things like this, because
it is what it is. It is what it is.
I've not got it there.
When you have people look up to you, have they seen your CV, they get encouraged. It's something we are talking about.
I'm making this CV look at CV.
It's important. Okay. So, what's your message for Abia youths?
Well, for Abia youth, I think you have all it takes to be the type of youth that you want to be. You have all that is available to you. What I just encourage you is try to make yourself available. Volunteer in places that you know you can. And please do not necessarily do things for money. I believe that you need money, but please volunteer. You can come and volunteer for Yangi. Make yourself available, and I'm sure that your time will definitely come. One thing I would discourage you from doing, don't be idle. Just keep doing something. Keep working on yourself. Either you are writing, or you are reading, or you are going to school, or you are acquiring one skill or the other. Don't just be idle. You'll be surprised what the future holds for you. God bless you.